And we'll shift to a little later the night, 9 p.m. East. This gives at 9 p.m. Eastern, Miami at Texas A&M. Texas A&M 6-point favorite over under 44.5. Totals come way down. I can't believe this gives at 9 Eastern. I did not know that. And Texas A&M obviously off a embarrassing loss to Appalachian State at home. They were 18-point favorites, and they lost. Their offense looked pathetic. They scored 14 points, which included a kickoff return for a touchdown. This, to me, I mean, Miami hasn't looked great either, but they haven't played anybody. So it's like, all right, we have a new offense, we have a new staff. They played Bethune-Cookman and then Southern Miss, and they didn't look great, but I doubt that they were showing much. These are two conservative coaches, and I think the Texas A&M defense, which is excellent across the board, will show up prime time here in an electric atmosphere. After that loss, you could count on that defense to show up here. And Miami's, and by the way, these are two conservative, generally speaking, offenses. So I completely agree with the total move down. I might dabble with the under, but at 45 is a key number. Would want 45 or more. So I'll see if that moves back up. And look, Texas A&M, their offense sucks. We know it. They could be getting a little healthier across the board. I think offensive line, some guys on defense back as well. It's hard for me to get a read on Miami so far this year. We saw what Van Dyke did last year with that offense, but it wasn't against defenses, SEC caliber defenses, and it was with an old offense. So there's still a lot of questions with the Miami offense, a lot of questions with the Texas A&M offense. There's even questions. I'm hearing rumors that they might make a change at quarterback this week. We'll see if Max Johnson, the LSU transfer, gets the start. I'm not a fan of any quarterback they have on the roster. Right. Not a fan of their offense. So yeah, this is the spot is Texas A&M all the way after that embarrassing loss. Miami trying to, break in a new offense, hasn't really faced anybody yet. So it's like, holy shit, we're going to College Station at 9 p.m. Eastern, and Texas A&M is off a loss. So to me, I would want, if it's Miami or nothing, it's 7 or above. But I expect Texas A&M to come out with their hair on fire, and Miami might be a bit shell shocked. They might, you might get your crystal ball just trying to run it, which is not going to work against Texas A&M. And then if Texas A&M gets a lead, they're just going to go super conservative as they normally do. So I might look for Miami live here after what I expect to be a fast Texas A&M start in a great spot. I saw you laid it today. I can't. I'm not laying points with Texas A&M right now against Miami. So I think it's a pass for me pregame. My strongest pregame take as of right now where the line stand would be under if you can get 45 or above.
Yeah, I mean, that number this week, I've just kind of been staring at it thinking, am I going to do this or not with Texas A&M? Now, I did write a game of the year content back on May 13th on Action Network that said take Miami +9. That's a great game of the year. It's not going to be that high when we get to game week. So congratulations if you got that number. But now you have the chance to buy back in Texas A&M if you want it, or you can just take the side, or you can do what I think should be done, which is take a Texas A&M first half. And when you look at Jimbo Fisher, he says there's going to be changes. Do I believe him? Not really. But does that mean there's going to be a quarterback change? Max Johnson, Haynes King, you got to get them outside the tackles. You got to get their legs involved here. You got to get them out in space and create an extra man. So we'll see if that happens.
He's not going to do that. He runs his old pro style, outdated offense.
Listen, I started calling my wife Jimbo this week because she has piles of paper all over the house. And that's what it looks like when Jimbo's trying to call an offense. I don't know. Like, will you hand over play calling duties? He's like, nah, maybe if it benefits the team, maybe you're not going to hand over play calling duties and you're not going to change your offense. But, Johnson has wheels. I mean, we saw him at LSU and Haynes King runs a 4.5 40. So if they don't get these guys outside the pocket and quit reading defenses and making them check down to a fourth target, a tight end or whatever. I mean, these guys just can't run this pro style offense. So, I think they're going to do something different. We'll see what it is. I don't know. Line up A-Shane and the Wildcat with Aeneas Smith. I don't know. So we'll see and I think that's really an advantage for Texas A&M. You don't know what you're going to see in the first half out of this team. And, so we'll see if there's any changes there, but I definitely think that they can overpower that front seven of Miami. Now, Miami's had two very slow starts. They trailed Southern Miss until there was 20 seconds left last week. Oh, by the way, Southern Miss had a backup quarterback. Against Bethune-Cookman, the Wildcats themselves had a 10-play drive that resulted in a field goal to start the game. So Tyler Van Dyke, I mean, he's been shaky at best when throwing the ball. He has 3 turnover-worthy plays so far. He's just got a single big-time throw. And more importantly, what boggled my mind is that those 3 turnover-worthy plays came in clean pockets. He was not pressured whatsoever. They are going to get running back Jalen Knighton back. He's 100%. He took all the practice reps this week. He had 8 TDs last year. It's a really big discount on the line, when you consider what the game of the year was in favor of Texas A&M. I think there's also a big thing with turnovers you have to pay attention. Miami's +3, Texas A&M's -4. A lot of that's playing into it too. So I think there's just a correction coming to the line, to turnovers. Jimbo, I don't know if he's going to change, get a wrinkle, let these guys get out and run. They do have the most explosive players on the field in Devin Achane and Aeneas Smith. I like the Aggies in the first half. Maybe there's an element of doing stuff that they've never seen before. But I go back to this that I said preseason. This is not the trench that Cristobal wanted on both sides of the ball. And Texas A&M is bigger. They're stronger. You know what? And those quarterbacks are fast. It's just a matter if they're going to run. So Texas A&M is it. I would stop buying it at 6, though. This is, I think that's getting a little bit too high. And there's going to be sharp buyback on that 7 from Hurricanes investors.